Detroit, the timing couldn't have been worse. One day after Detroit Red Wings general manager Ken Holland praised coach Jeff Blashill's job performance this season, the team looked as disorganized and disinterested as it has in 15 months, losing 8-1 to the Montreal Canadiens. Holland, after Monday's trade deadline, said Blashill has done a great job. Not based on the standings but judged by the improvement of young players. He said he will speak with Blashill before the end of the season regarding the future. Blashill is in the final year of a 4-year contract. Holland didn't say Blashill will be extended but strongly hinted that he will. Rotten performance isn't going to change his thinking. But the Red Wings have 18 games remaining, and if this type of effort is repeated too often, Holland isn't obligated to retain Blashill. Red Wings are on pace for 70 points, which would be their fewest in a non-lockout shortened season since 1989-90. The team's record has regressed in each of Blashill's first 3 seasons, from 93 points to 79 to 73. That's to be expected for a rebuilding team that is transitioning from the Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg era to the Dylan Larkin, fill-in-the-blank era. The front office wasn't going to evaluate Blashill on the one-loss record. His performance would be judged on the team's competitiveness on a nightly basis and growth of young players. Efforts like Tuesday's have been rare for a team that has battled hard most nights, losing many close games. Player development was one of Blashill's strengths during his 3 seasons as coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins, which included a Calder Cup championship in 2013. The organization is encouraged by the development of Larkin, Andreas Athanasiou, Anthony Mantha and Tyler Bertuzzi, in particular. They realize Blashill doesn't have a lot of talent to work with on defense, a major area of concern moving forward. Even before Holland spoke on Monday, the feeling around the organization was that Blashill would be back for at least one more season. NHL coaches generally don't stick around with one team for more than 2 or 3 seasons. Only 3 coaches, John Cooper of Tampa Bay, Paul Maurice of Winnipeg and Peter Laviolette of Nashville, have been with their current clubs longer than Blashill, who is tied in tenure with one club with Mike Babcock of Toronto, Peter DeBoer of San Jose and John Hines of New Jersey. Blashill's future might be tied to Holland's. Holland has 1 year remaining on his contract. Speculation that Steve Yzerman will be Detroit's next GM has been rampant since the former captain stepped down from that post with the Tampa Bay Lightning in September. If the Ilitches honor the 2-year commitment they made to Holland in April 2018 but are contemplating putting Yzerman in charge after next season, they might prefer to keep status quo behind the bench and let the new GM decide on his coach at that time. In the meantime, the Red Wings, 2-3-3-2-9, or 29th overall with 55 points, ahead of only Los Angeles, 53 points, and Ottawa, 49 points, while Blashill and players will continue trying to win, as much as it didn't look that way on Tuesday. The Red Wings are much better off right where they are, or even lower, to increase their odds of winning the draft lottery or at least selecting in the top 3, which is their goal. That would assure them of landing one of 3 high-end forward prospects, Jack Hughes of the U.S. National Team Development Program, Kaapo Kakko of Finland, TPS Turku, and Vasily Podkolzin of Russia, Vityaz Podolsky. The Red Wings will miss the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row, but they're not just playing out the string. These final 18 games will impact their future, whether it's determining if they can land one of those blue-chip prospects or who will be their coach in 2019-20. With 5 weeks remaining in the season, losing is okay, quitting is not.